Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I have been hearing so much about these post-credit scenes for Deadpool 3 or Deadpool and Wolverine, so I think we should go over them and how exactly some of the merch that they just showed might actually tell us what's going to be happening and if those post-credit scenes are true. Let's go! Hey Josh. That's not Daredevil. So now that I am full on my Coca-Cola, we need to talk about how these right here possibly give us the post-credit scenes, at least from what I've been hearing or what has been rumored going around Reddit and, so on and so forth. So with that being said, on the top right, we have a bunch of different Deadpools going on the Avengers 1 background where, they're all in that circle and they're fighting the Chitauri. Then you have Deadpool right here going through the Avengers stuff. You have Deadpool holding up Dogpool right there. And essentially he's doing the Lion King pose, to which then you have Mary Poppins Dogpool. My favorite, which is the Steve Rogers and Deadpool, Captain America. Essentially he's like, you should meet Dogpool. And he says, no, I don't think I will. And then you have Deadpool sitting around with Bambi being Snow White, talking to all the little critters and other Deadpools with Baby Deadpool, Dogpool, Headpool. Those are all in there. It's super cool. Little Mermaid Deadpool, Wolverine putting on the slipper for Deadpool and Cinderella. And there's a new butt in town to Captain America where where Deadpool has the scepter. So essentially, after looking at all those keychains, I kind of thought, what could we do that would make the world just blow up? Like, what would make the internet blow up? Because they keep saying, this is huge, this is crazy, I can't believe they did that. Well, one of the scrapped post-credit scenes was apparently, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool and Wolverine going and trying to talk to Spider-Man to recruit him to a multiversal Avengers team. Now, I don't believe that's real. I don't believe Sony would have let that happen, and I just don't think that's what it is. I think if Marvel was going to essentially bring Spider-Man into it, they're not going to use him for a 2-second cameo. Could Toby do it? Possibly, but would it be more likely Tom Holland? I would assume so, unless they really do go the whole multi-Avengers around. But without further ado, I went on and I kind of tried to think of what I could depict as the ending. So first off, I had fun with this, so I just want to post it real quick. In CinemaCon, their 9-minute trailer, post that they put at CinemaCon, they were pretty much saying there was a scene where, Deadpool dies in front of Thor, and it's from Dark World. And I thought, what if I could recreate it? Obviously, it's Deadpool holding Thor, and all I could think of is something like, hey, dude, don't die yet. You haven't gotten to feel my hammer. Something stupid. I could totally see that being a B-roll list of like post-credit scenes for Deadpool, maybe possibly going through something like that, a bunch of different gags. Also, like, here's another one. Another one I thought was like, hey, I saw a Little Mermaid picture, and it was so hard to depict a Little Mermaid Deadpool. I don't think this looks great, but I still think it's kind of funny, just under the water, realizes possibly that he can't breathe. So, now let's go over what the rumor mill is saying regarding Reddit and 4chan and everywhere else, what the possible post-credit scene could be. So, I tried to generate to see what they would look like. Now, this one's not from me. This one is from somebody on YouTube who just edited this photo. It looks really great. It's obviously one of the keychains as well. It's Deadpool circling with the Avengers in the Battle of New York against the Chitauri. Obviously, this is the different Avengers instead of all being Deadpool, but it's still really cool. Still looks really great. And it's just a cool little nod. Like, I would love to see something like that. Could you imagine if it was just a bunch of different scenes and like how crazy that would go in the theater, seeing all the old Avengers back? And it really got me thinking, it has to be one of the old Avengers if it's really that crazy and really that hidden. And like Alex from Cosmic Circus said, he's not revealing it, scoopers aren't revealing it, like Hollywood Reporter, the big trades aren't reporting it, so clearly it's something big. Which had me thinking, a really fun one would be, imagine if Deadpool ended up next to old man Steve Rogers, and they're sitting on a bench, and Deadpool's like talking to him, and you realize that he was like narrating the whole movie, and Steve Rogers is just like he's just like, I want to leave or whatever, and Deadpool's like, no, I still have more to the story, or or like, hey, can I touch your shield? Something like that. I think it would just be another great thing, like how in the chain it said, hey, I think you should meet Dogpool, and Steve Rogers is like, no, I don't think I will. Imagine Deadpool having Deadpool on his lap or holding him, being like, here, touch him, to Steve, and Steve's just like, Like something funny, a gag story. Now these next two, the first one was the original rumor. What if Deadpool ended up at the end in the Endgame portals and he was leading the charge against Thanos? Really cool. Could have a really big nod to all the Avengers. That would be crazy. That budget, I don't think the budget would be crazy. I think it would just be some, them in the background and then bringing Deadpool in and then, making them fit into that. Still be cool. Still be awesome. Still be a lot different. And then last but not least, the one that's rumored to be going around right now, which multiple sources are denying, but then other sources are saying yes. So let's go into it. Essentially, Deadpool and Robert Downey Jr. are coming face to face and they're on Titan. I don't know why, but that's the rumor. Don't know if it's true. Still think it's pretty cool. The other one that I'm hearing too is that essentially, which I don't believe, Cassandra Nova lets them go through the portal and they end up here. So I don't know. There was a couple other post-credit scenes. There was them getting picked up by Loki and making a multiversal Avengers team. There was, once again, this one. There was the Endgame portals. And there's a lot of other post-credit scenes that are going around. But with reshoots from last month going into the beginning of May, we never know what we're going to get. Especially with Michael B. Jordan just sending out his tweet as well. So let me know what you guys think. What do you guys think the post-credit scene is? And as always, have a great rest of your night.